Melody was getting another time. Oh, this thing. I'm just better than any lady, and I can get a dream all my life. No, I think it's good heart, and yeah. Most of y'all have seen us play in the big band form where I'm playing the Highland Pipes.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up a Highland Piper playing in pipe bands and stuff like that. And in pipe bands, you play your whole life in the pipe band. You grew up in the pipe band. You play for years, parades and weddings and festivals and competitions. And it's like pipe bands is your life, and the Highland bagpipe is your life. And what develops in your heart in that time is a longing, a secret desire that you don't tell anybody about. Every piper thinks they're the only one. And that is that one day you would be able to play quietly. That's where I come in, because I make these instruments, the Scottish small pipe. I didn't invent it, it was invented by Colin Ross in Newcastle, England. And he took the Northumbrian bagpipe and drilled the holes at different places so all his Highland piper friends could play quietly too. And he shared his designs, and he was great about passing down knowledge, and so forthcoming about how to make the reeds, how to make the pipes, how to make everything. And he started that tradition too. So the pipe making community is this really welcoming, very friendly community, and they just make these nice little instruments that work. So we're gonna play you
Yeah, those first ones we did are from Asturias, which in the Celtic nations, Spain has two of them, and Asturias is one, and that's where my grandmother's family is from. So, yeah.
I don't feel so bad about ripping off the Jan Cabell tune that we were playing. Did you ever see Jan Cabell on tour or anything? That Asturian band? Like,
No.
Yeah, you might have run into them at some point. They did tour the States, and whenever, like, we all know the NTIF festival. Like, whenever one of these big bands would come to NTIF, it would just affect everybody, for years.
That's why.
Thank you.
So, and came to the States.
Oh, yeah, blew everyone away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do a
There's a lot of
cover
numbers.
song now. And this song comes from Northern England, but the story goes back to China in BC times. When I was looking up notes for when we recorded it, someone who came up to us at one of our shows and said that she knows this exact story from the Russian Ashkenazi Jewish tradition. And then I looked it up further, and it goes back to China, ancient China. And it's supposed to be a lesson in acceptance. And the chorus goes, "How do you know?" And it's about a farmer who he sends his son out to graze the horse, but his son falls asleep and he loses the horse. So that's bad luck. And when he sends his son out to find that horse, he finds his own horse plus 7 more. So that's great luck. But when the farmer sends his son out to the field to train these horses, one of them kicks him off and he falls and breaks his arm, which is bad luck. But then that means that he can't go to war the next day when the army recruiter comes to town, which is good luck. And so it's a very, very old story.
when we come up with songs, I'm just like, just tell me what to sing. I just memorize the line.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
she'll always pick out like the best harmonies.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
That was great.
I love the words.
It's so great. I learned it from Chris. We arranged it up ourselves, our version of it, but I learned it from Chris Wood, and he's a beautiful singer from Northern England. Y'all should look him up. He has this album called Albion that I got that off of. He sings it very differently. It's really, really beautiful. I love him.
I'm gonna put the small pipes in a more traditional key, and I was gonna play you this set of tunes on the bus because we were going through Belfast, but then we hit traffic, and I thought, well, I don't really want to be playing a lot of music while we're going through traffic, you know. I mean, Ray's probably not distractible, but you know, at the same time, it's not what you want to have when you're just stuck in traffic. And then today the road was just too windy.
Right.
You know, I felt like I'll just be thrown this way or that way. And so, but what I was gonna say was that the best flute player I know in the whole entire world, his name is Jean-Michel Vaillant, and he lives in a part of France where they have 100 bagpipe bands. Yeah, the Celtic part of France. They have their own bagpipe. They have a couple of their own bagpipes, and they've adopted the Scottish pipes. And they'll just play so many things. They're always doing fusions. And one time I was in France at this huge Celtic festival that Tommy and Sandra have played, the Festival Interceltique Lorient. I think they had 1 million people come this past year for a 10-day festival. And I was waiting for Jean-Michel's band to play, and the opening band was a Breton Kurdish fusion band. Breton Kurdish. Yeah.
So random.
It was so, I was just like, where am I?
He's played at the Bell before.
Oh my
that's
god,
amazing.
that's so
Wow.
cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
Michelle.
Yeah, and I've only hung out with Jean-Michel a few times. My impression is that a lot of his sort of musical home is Belfast. You know, I think it was his desire as a young player to really have like that a northern sound, you know, like a Belfast sound. And so I want to play a couple of tunes that he would know really well, a couple of dance tunes that he's played in a band before, and they're just really, really pretty marches. Then we're going to go into some other dance tunes on the D small pipe, more traditional key. I just got to tune them again. that we're gonna push into the pipe band spirit.
Yeah, I watched the Worlds. I get up with the time change, like 6 or 7 in the morning to watch the World Pipe Band Championships, and I like to pretend I'm a judge and critique them and see if the judges did right or wrong, according to me. And it's just so fun. And St. Thomas alumni is
That's a Houston band.
it's a Houston band, and so they're good. They're the pipe band that I love the best. Sorry to the McMillan fans, they're awesome too, but
They're in a different category. McMillan's grade 2, which is very high grade for you guys.
yeah, so that's great. So we love them both.
Yeah.
But anyway, my hope is that
It's like liking a minor league team and a major league team. They compete against each other.
my hope is that they will play this one day as they march into the competition. Not into the competition itself, but as they march in, they play these march
No,
in.
that is the competition.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah,
march on that.
no, yes, they are. That's like the most important part of the competition. Is the open. Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
that's after they
you're
started.
not marching, you're not composing a tune so that they can go up to the line.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, you're
But that's not a deal.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my hope is that they'll take up this tune as the march in.
As the opening to their medley, yes.
That would be so cool.
The green finch. Just do the green finch.
Yeah.
Thank
boy who loves a girl, and Renardine is an outlaw, and she's a girl from a good family, and they hate him. But they're in love and they want to run away together, and so they get up their courage and they decide that they're going to do it. And so when the lark is in the sky the following morning, they're going to escape and try their luck, but they drown. But we hate that. We hate it. So,
That's not what really happened.
we spoke to their descendants and we got the true story, which is that they lived happily ever after. We changed the last verse to reflect that.
These are the words that the Ouija board spelled out.
Hey, this is an Irish song. We do not do happy endings.
Yeah.
Couldn't help it.
They all had to do that.
It's a pretty good story. Such a pretty tune. It is, yeah. The melody is so beautiful.
slightly louder instrument, and I'm waiting to pull that out until the very end. It's not the
Not you.
It's not that loud. Got it. Although we kind of, the kids in the hall kind of owe us.
Let's go back. Let's march in the hall.
That's right. Let's wait till-
Press
Gordon
for time.
Duncan, yeah, Press for Time, Press for Time.
That was what we did.
Yeah, and the second tune is written by Roddy McLeod. There's a place in Scotland, an old bank building they turned into the Piping Center, and it's got concert hall, places for lessons. It's got a museum of bagpipes. It's right in Glasgow, and it's got a pub, of course, right next door. Or not next door. It's in the it's part of the Piping Center. It is the Piping Center pub. I think it's called the Piper's Pub. But and the guy who, the last I checked, was the director of the Piping Center was Roddy McLeod, who wrote that last tune. But Gordon Duncan wrote the first one. Gordon Duncan is kind of like, Roddy McLeod is sort of like director of the Piping Center type of person, and Gordon Duncan was rule breaker on the instrument who became embraced by everybody, and everybody plays his tunes. He's got to be the most played composer of this kind of
I
thing.
think he just heard him do that. And he had a whole series after
We've passed a lot of very old churchyards, and EJ has ancestors that are very, very close to here. Last year got to go visit them.
Yeah.
So he's got clinical history, and so this song is I don't know how old it is. I can't find out too much about it. Some people say it's an English song, and some people say it's an American song. The Watersons made it famous a while back, but it's called The Old Churchyard, and it's a really beautiful song. It's by D.
What's this one?
I have this little tiny amp I'll turn off. Yeah. You can do it in E if you want.
What's this? Yeah. Okay, yeah.
It's good at D or E. We're doing it in D.
Okay. Yeah, okay, all right, good. You can't ask a piper what key something's in?
I never trust melody people. When they tell me keys, I only half listen to them.
Is that not, no? I don't have the right flute for
Oh,
that.
that's okay. We'll just do it the same.
Can we do it in B flat?
Can we just do it without the flute?
Yeah, we can. Yes, we can.
well,
$100.
but you can tell you what it means.
It's not really 100, it's 10. I was at this big Celtic festival and I met one of the stage managers. He fell in love with a guitar player I was working with who was about my age. We were in our 20s, and he fell in love with Jen, and they went around, and so I became friends with him, I guess, through her. And I said, you know, you should come visit Houston sometime, and he did, which really surprised me because I thought, what's in Houston for him? And he brought his girlfriend with him, and we ended up showing them the rodeo, showed them Mexican food, and he showed me how incredibly snobby French people can be about wine. Because we got some wine, and he was like, "What is this? This is terrible." But he was a really, really cool person, really charming person. He was just really honest, was the thing. So I knew I could trust him. And he taught me this song, and it's basically 100 bottles of beer on the wall, but it's Breton, and it's a drinking song, and the words translated are, since I was 10 years old, I went fishing for eels to give as presents to all the pretty girls. I would sit on the bank of the river and speak to them of love and entertain them with my song. And then the next verse is, since I was 9 years old, I went fishing. And then it just goes down like that. And it's a dance, and people dance it, both sober and drunk. past 5, but we're not that. We only have one.
That's still a lot of eels, I think.
Plenty of eels.
I was 51 years old. What eels?
Well, this is another one of mine that is about missing where you're from. I'm from a little tiny Cajun town near Houston called Winnie, and I miss it. And EJ's also from Texas. You're living closer to where you're from,
Yeah,
but it's still not home though.
you're right.
States away.
It's a whole state line away, even though it's less than 100 miles. We're a little closer together in Mid-Atlantic.
So it's called Crossing the Sabine because the Sabine River is on the Louisiana border, and we're crossing it back and forth all the time. And so I was either going or coming from my very favorite place on earth, and so this is called Crossing the Sabine.
medium-sized pipes really quick, and we're just gonna do like.
$2.
This is for a piper who's been playing quietly for long enough. Okay, so we've been playing you a lot of inter-Celtic music, you know, some Irish music, but we're really an inter-Celtic band, and so I want to teach you an inter-Celtic dance. You want to learn one? Some people in this room know it. You want to do it? Yeah?
Yes.
Great. Okay, we're doing it. You'll be my volunteer, I guess, or
Great.
yeah, or Andrew, would you? You know, okay. We're gonna do a dance that people do in couples. So grab a partner and come up here, and we'll just do this. And just, yeah, I'll show you how to do it. There we go. There we go. Some takers. Yeah. Right here.
We'll watch it, make sure it won't be down.
Yeah. It's the same one.
You would
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah. Taller person behind me.
All right, go.
Yeah.
Don't we leave you up here alone?
Yeah.
Facing you or behind you?
Like this way. Like this way.
Okay.
We gotta go a certain way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go forwards for 4. That one, yeah. And then we're gonna go backwards, same direction for 4. And then we're gonna
Very
go
small steps.
forward for 4.
2, 3.
And then backward, same direction for 4.
Okay.
And then we go together, apart, past the person on the right and
You're
front.
supposed to spin, but I get
Yeah,
busy, so
yeah.
no.
The second one we're gonna spin if you want. Yeah. Then together, apart, and then the other person goes in front, spins the person if they want to go,
Okay.
because they don't have to. You wanna move the table and let's get some more people. Let's move this table.
Move the
We can move it
table.
back.
Yeah.